Tonight on Eagle Angle, Oklahoma Christian is put on lockdown.
A missing Oklahoma girl is found.
And the Lady Eagles dominate the Rattlers of St. Mary's.
All this and more tonight on Eagle Angle.
Hello and welcome to Eagle Angle, a student-produced newscast right here from Oklahoma Christian University. I'm Dominic Bonacore.
And I'm Kanaisha Sanup. If you happen to miss the fall rush, don't worry, because Spring Rush 2023 is officially here. Throughout the week, Oklahoma Christian social clubs will be hosting fun events for all of those interested in rushing. In order to rush, you must have completed at least 2 semesters of college. For more information, contact KT Martinez at the email on the screen.
Oklahoma Christian Esports is looking for new members for the spring semester. They're looking for members to compete in Apex Legends, Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch, Valorant, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Rocket League, Splatoon, and VR Beat Saber. If you're interested in joining any of these teams, please contact Lucas Hayworth at the email listed on the screen.
On January 8th, former university professor Michael O'Keefe announced on Facebook a civil suit against Oklahoma Christian. In the post, O'Keefe said, "For 10 months, my attorneys and I have been in good faith. I tried to reach an equitable settlement. The school is not interested, so we filed a civil suit." Last spring saw the controversial exit of Professor O'Keefe from Oklahoma Christian University. O'Keefe alleges that he was fired in March 2022 after 41 years for having an openly gay alumni come and speak to one of his senior-level courses. Oklahoma Christian did say in documents filed on January 10th that the civil suit filed by O'Keefe in December was of no merit. In a statement on February, university leadership said, "While OC takes seriously any legal matter, we feel confident in our legal position."
Last Thursday was a scary day for many members of the Oklahoma Christian community as the Oklahoma Christian Police Department locked down the campus after receiving a threatening call. Monday, Eagle Angle sat down with Chief Glittner to discuss Thursday's events.
We received a phone call to our duty phone, the police phone, at just prior to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like 3:56 p.m. As a male caller called in, stated that he was going to shoot up the school. The caller mentioned one of the rooms in one of the buildings. So that was where I became concerned. Within 8 minutes, I had a sergeant with the criminal intel on campus. So him and I set up a command post over here in the Heritage Village parking lot, and it was determined that the caller was in the same place in a state in the northwest part of the United States. So at that point, in meeting with Oklahoma City and one of the representatives from the FBI, we determined the threat was not on campus. It was somebody that is known to law enforcement in the northwest part of the country. Now, we've done lockdown drills. We're required to do lockdown drills, fire drills, and all those. So we do those simulations every year. But I've never had to do lockdown drill before. This is the first time for that. Those type of calls I take serious, and it is a criminal act. Oklahoma City Police Department is in contact with the agency where the phone calls were made. We're actively seeking a warrant to arrest the suspect. But I've got a great staff of officers. Oklahoma City is the largest law enforcement agency in the state. And like I say, I had them on scene within 8 minutes. If parents, faculty, and staff can rest assured that the best of the best was already here.
The American Banjo Museum in downtown Oklahoma City has announced its official 2023 inductees. Buck Trent from 5-string performance, Kurt Abel from 4-string performance, Grandpa Jones from historical, Akira Sumura from promotion, and Norbert Peacejay from design manufacturer. The 5 inductees will be inducted into the Hall of Fame during the Banjo Fest weekend on October 12th through the 14th of 2023.
2 caregivers are now in custody in connection with the disappearance of a 4-year-old girl from Oklahoma who went missing early last week. Authorities arrested Ivan Adams in Arizona on Thursday, just hours after police arrested his wife in Oklahoma. Reporter Brianna Whitney has the story.
Your name and date of birth for me, please.
Ivan Neil Adams III.
Your bail in this case is $1 million cash.
Ivan Adams now behind bars in Arizona for murder, while his wife, Alicia Adams, is in jail for child neglect in Oklahoma, all connected to the disappearance of the little girl they're caregivers for, 4-year-old Athena Brownfield.
I'm thankful that all these people are here to help find her.
Athena's paternal grandmother, Penny Brownfield, one of dozens of people in Surreal, southwest of Oklahoma City, searching for Athena, who was reported missing Tuesday afternoon. According to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, known as OSBI, a postal worker found Athena's 5-year-old sister wandering outside her home alone Monday and knew something was wrong. A search officially began for Athena as a missing child the next day. One of the girl's caregivers, Alicia Adams, was arrested Thursday on 2 counts of child neglect, but her husband, Ivan Adams, was nowhere to be found. While the OSBI wouldn't say much, they did say this.
We are actually getting tips from across Oklahoma as well as multiple other states.
Then, an unexpected arrest of Ivan Adams on Thursday, but in Phoenix, on a felony warrant issued out of Oklahoma for child neglect and first-degree murder, despite Athena still being missing. Adams appeared in court Friday and waived his right to an extradition hearing.
I want to get there and take care of it. I don't want a hearing here.
That means Oklahoma authorities have 30 days to come and get him. The OSBI did not give any details Friday on how and why Ivan got to Arizona or what evidence they have to charge him with child homicide when Athena is still missing. Authorities believe Athena was wearing a hoodie with a butterfly design on it when she disappeared. The little girl's grandma said earlier this week their family situation is complicated and personal, but that Athena's 5-year-old sister is safe in protective custody. As for little Athena, she will not stop searching until she is found.
She looks just like my daughter, Megan. And, I'm just lost for words.
Apple is upgrading 2 popular devices with its newest generation of computer chips. Tuesday, the tech giant launched 2 new chips, the M2 Pro and the M2 Max. Apple touts both chips as being more powerful and versatile than ever. They will be used to make chips to upgrade their new Mac Mini and MacBook Pro. This means the devices should be faster with higher performance. The upgraded version of both computers is slated to go on sale on January 24th.
Egg prices are way up. Anyone who's been shopping lately can't help but notice that the price of a dozen eggs has skyrocketed. But what's causing the price surge? CNN's Vanessa Yurkovich explains.
In chilly Palmer, Alaska, the demand for chickens and their eggs is heating up.
I was already sold out even before the egg storage. I was selling everything I had.
If you've been to the grocery store recently, you may have noticed fewer eggs and higher prices, up about 11% last month on average from November, up nearly 60% in the last year. $11.49 for a dozen eggs in New York, $10.99 in Hawaii.
I think it's ridiculous for it to be that much.
The highly pathogenic avian influenza, or avian flu, is largely to blame. Nearly 58 million birds and climbing have died across 47 states in the last year, a result of the deadly virus. Wild birds can carry the disease and spread it to domestic flocks when they migrate.
One wild bird coming into their chicken run And next thing you know, 10 birds, 20 birds, 30 birds, they're just dropping dead.
Some states now recommending that all poultry be maintained indoors. Poultry and bird shows canceled, and biosecurity around chickens strictly enforced.
The avian flu is serious.
Egg Shop, with 2 cafes in New York City, is struggling with prices on their main ingredient. The fall migration of wild birds sent avian flu cases spiking again.
We go through 7,000 to 9,000 eggs a week, so it's a significant amount of eggs. And in the last couple of weeks, they've jumped as high as 60%.
How have you been able to absorb the high price increases of eggs?
Unfortunately, we have raised all of our prices about 10% on our menu items.
For some, the increased costs is too much. Baked After Dark Bakery in Nebraska will close its doors this weekend.
I think about what our family could afford to pay for a cookie. I take that into consideration. We can't charge $5 a cookie.
The ripple effect goes beyond restaurants and bakeries. Take a look around the grocery store. Items that use eggs, like mayonnaise, are up 11.8% in the last year.
From the flu to the increases in inflation, all combined together with the shortage, it is a perfect storm.
And I definitely have seen the prices shoot up recently.
Does that stop you from making the purchase?
No, not at all. I'm just buying things to make a chicken cutlet, and you need eggs as the basis for that too. It's one of the reasons why there's no way not to purchase them.
Oklahoma Christian's 10th Annual History Speaks is coming up. On February 6th at 7 p.m., Oklahoma Christian will host Jasmine Guy and Kadeem Hardison to share their story about segregation and racism through their work on television. Both acted in the 90s hit television series A Different World. Register for tickets at oc.edu/events.
Community chapels are a great way to make new friends and grow in your faith while earning chapel credits. Community chapels offered on Thursdays at 11 a.m. are Quiet Place in Bow Auditorium, Women's Chapel at Adams Recital Hall, and Taking Sides Chapel in Judd Theater, along with FCA Chapel in the Nest. Community chapels offered on Fridays at 11 a.m. are Great Songs Chapel in Bow Auditorium and BSU Chapel in the WBC.
If you have any stories you would like us to report on, please send an email to our producer with the address on the screen.
When we come back, we'll give you the feel-good story of the week.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
A competitive young swimmer who went blind just a few years ago is turning the experience into an inspiring, life-affirming opportunity, taking her passion for the pool even further than ever. Chelsea Brown reports.
Northern Iowa's Olivia Chambers has been swimming for 15 years.
I love getting up and racing everyone else, and just being in the water makes me happy.
But the last few have been the most challenging. At 16 years old, Chambers was declared legally blind.
It was a lot of learning curves, but in the water, I mainly had to learn how to count my strokes so I knew when to flip so I wouldn't hit the wall. And then in school, I got a bunch of different accommodations to help me, like large print and extra time.
The news was life-altering for Chambers, but she wasn't ready to give up swimming. Now, as a sophomore, the Arkansas native seems to be settling in here at Northern Iowa. Last month, she became the first Panther para-swimming national champion.
That was a really special moment. You know, there's not a lot of kids that can turn what might be the most challenging thing in their life into a positive.
I never thought that my life would take this turn, but it has, and it's really exciting to finally have something good come out of losing my vision.
Chambers finished first in the 400-meter freestyle and 200-meter individual medley, beating out a 3-time Paralympic champion. She was also named the swimmer of the meet.
It was really crazy because I never really imagined swimming up with like the big names of the para swimming, so it was really exciting and is opening many doors for me.
Having lost her sight just over 3 years ago, Chambers is still making adjustments.
Moving to new pools is hard because the lighting, the walls, everything kind of changes. While it's the same length, the lighting can really mess with what it looks like through my eyes.
But she continues to get faster. Her next goal is to dip her toes into representing Team USA on an international stage.
It is a dream, it is a goal to go to the Paralympics in 2024, but we'll see what the future holds.
Outside of the water, her coach says she's finally letting her full personality shine. And that confidence will only help her pursuit in the pool.
If she continues to do what she's doing, we don't see any limits on what she can accomplish.
When we come back, David Jackson will have your Eagle Angle weather report.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and...
I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Good day, Oklahoma. I'm David Jackson here with your Eagle Angle weather report. Today it was a nice 60 degrees, but it felt like 54. And you know what 5 plus 4 is? 9. So you know what that means. I got 99 problems, but the weather ain't one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weather around Oklahoma today. Today in Durant, we got a nice 67. Ardmore, a nice 68. OKC, a nice little 58, yes. And Tulsa, a nice 60. Well, we're keeping it warm, hopefully. And now for tonight's temperatures. Tonight's temperatures, it will be 50 degrees with a wind speed of 16 miles per hour with a humidity percent of 44%. This is what our weekend will look like. On Friday, it will be partly sunny, so go have fun. It's sunny, it's Friday, you're off work, have a great day. On Saturday, it will be cool with some showers, so get your jackets on, stay safe, stay warm, so that we don't get sick. And on Sunday, it will be mostly sunny, so we love the sun, we love it. You know what will be better with the sun? Your smile. And here's your 5-day forecast. On Thursday, it will be sunny with a high of 51 and a low of 29. On Friday, it will be partly sunny with a high of 58 and a low of 35. On Saturday, we will have showers with a high of 43 and a low of 28. So make sure you stay warm. On Sunday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 49 and a low of 31. On Monday, it will be rainy, so we'll have a high of 46 and a low of 27. That's all for your Eagle Angle weather report. When we come back, we'll have Kanaya Sanap in the entertainment corner to bring you the latest.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I'm Kanaisha Sanap and welcome to the Entertainment Corner. The Flash actor Ezra Miller pleaded guilty Friday to charges related to a 2022 trespassing arrest in Vermont after agreeing to terms of a plea deal last month. Miller, who is non-binary and uses they-them pronouns, was charged with unlawful trespassing after breaking into a Steamford home and stealing alcohol in May. They avoided 3 months in jail and will need to pay a $500 fine plus a court fee. They will also be put on a year of probation. The other 2 counts, which included a felony burglary count and a petite larceny count, were dropped. The Vermont Superior Court judge ruled the felony burglary charge would be refiled if Miller violates their probation. Miller's probation includes not drinking alcohol and continuing with mental health treatment. Miller's attorney issued a statement saying Ezra thanks the court and the community for their trust and patience throughout this process. Miller has portrayed the Flash superhero in several Justice League movies and stars in the standalone film The Flash, due out later this year. Disney has dropped the official trailer for the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. It takes place after the events of the series, The Book of Boba Fett. Pedro Pascal returns in the title role of The Mandalorian. For the new season, the reunited Mandalorian and Grogu, also known to fans as Baby Yoda, even though he's not Yoda, heads off on a new adventure. Season 3 starts streaming on Disney Plus on March 1st. A new Princess and the Frog restaurant is coming to California's Disneyland Park later this year. Tiana's Palace, with its peach-colored walls and fancy green wrought iron balconies, will be the newest restaurant on Anaheim's Orleans Street. The quick-service style eatery will feature authentic New Orleans flavors with the pizzazz and flair of the restaurant from the film. It comes after the recently opened Eudora Chic Boutique, a new retail shop that Tiana opened with her mother Eudora. It will be followed by a new attraction called Tiana's Bayou Adventure, set to open in Disneyland Park in 2024. A public memorial has been scheduled for Lisa Marie Presley at Graceland on Sunday. Elvis Presley left his Memphis estate to his only daughter, Lisa Marie, and she will be buried next to her father and her son, Benjamin. A memorial service is scheduled for Sunday at 9 a.m. on the front lawn of the Graceland, and the public is invited to attend. Instead of flowers, the family is encouraging mourners to make donations to the Elvis Presley Charitable Foundation. Lisa Marie Presley passed away on Thursday from cardiac arrest at the age of 54. That's all for today's Entertainment Corner. Here's Gabe Baden, who has your Eagle Angle Sports Report.
Thanks, Kanisha. On Saturday, the Oklahoma Christian women's basketball team showed up to play a dominating game against the St. Mary Rattlers. The Lady Eagles took the lead from the start, ending the first quarter 17-11. Continuing the game into the second quarter, the Rattlers tried to come up and take the lead, but the Lady Eagles kept their lead, finishing out the first half 36-26. Coming back in the second half, the Lady Eagles won the third quarter 17-12. In keeping their spirits in the fourth quarter, the Lady Eagles continued to protect the nest, winning the game with a final score of 50-70. The Lady Eagles will be in Lawton tomorrow night as they play against the Cameron Aggies. Also playing St. Mary's this weekend was the men's basketball team. The Eagles fought hard in the first half, but unfortunately they ended the half 32-23 with the Rattlers taking the lead. Continuing the game in the second half, Oklahoma Christian pushed through the third and fourth quarters, but the Rattlers weren't back down, ending the second half in the lead 40-36. St. Mary's took the win against the Eagles with a final score of 72-59. Tomorrow the Eagles will travel down to Cameron University to take on the Aggies at 7:30. The Oklahoma Christians bowling team traveled to Chicago this past weekend and competed in the Kegel Collegiate Classic. Kaylee Back finished 13th out of 393 individuals, leading the women's team to place 26 out of 61 teams. From the men's team, Connor Fleming placed 61st out of 469 individuals, leading the men to finish 17th out of the 71 teams. This coming Saturday and Sunday, the Eagles bowling team will compete in the SWIBC-V and the SWIBC-VI in Dallas, Texas. University of Georgia lineman Devin Willock and staffer Chandler LaCroix were killed in a car crash just hours after celebrating the football team's national championship. The team, along with fans, filled the streets of Athens Saturday for a victory parade and celebration. Willock and LaCroix were among 4 people in the vehicle at the time of the single car crash, which occurred around 2:45 a.m. Sunday. The 2 other unidentified members of the football program are in stable condition at a nearby hospital. Willock was an offensive lineman from New Milford, New Jersey, and was a redshirt sophomore who played in every game this year. UGA Athletics issued a statement saying, quote, "Devin and Chandler were 2 special people who meant so much to the University of Georgia, our football program, and our athletic department. We ask that everyone keep their families in your prayers during this very difficult time." End quote. And that's all for your Eagle Angle Sports Report. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's all for today. We'll be back next week with another episode of Eagle Angle.
Thanks for tuning into Eagle Angle, where it's your campus.
Your news.
Good night.